Deep Funding is Singularity Net's decentralized funding initiative and is a place of opportunities. Anyone can actually participate in deep funding and get rewarded and get incentives from its participation. For example, on one side, you can participate on voting and deciding which projects should go through, should get the funding to develop their ideas, but you can also review the projects, give some feedback, comments, and you're actually rewarded for that initiative you're having, for the relevant and constructive criticism you're giving the teams. But of course, anyone is also able to participate in terms of proposing and requesting funds from deep funding. You basically just need to have an AI project or even an AI idea that you can get paid to research it further. Or more than that, it's also possible to participate by having an idea on how to improve deep funding, or even by doing marketing for Singularity Net and deep funding and helping the name and the project and the ideas of Singularity Net reach much further. But yeah, you can learn in this video everything you need to know about deep funding and all the opportunities and how you can participate. So let's start by actually defining what is deep funding. Deep funding is basically Singularity Net's AI funding initiative where you can actually get funded to develop beneficial services, because Singularity Net, as you can see here, it's building a network of decentralized and beneficial AI services. You can find out more and even get onboarded into Singularity Net in the playlist we have here at the top. That is an amazing resource to learn everything you need to know about Singularity Net. And yeah, I think that's important to notice that all services here will be published into the Singularity Net platform. They will be open source, but you can keep ownership and you can monetize the intellectual property you have through the marketplace. That's very important to mention. And I think, besides the network, Singularity Net will provide you with some really awesome people inside Singularity Net. You will also have the marketplace to provide you users and interactions for your model, the AI model you're developing. And at the end of the day, you're being part of a great cause because Singularity Net is trying to develop beneficial and benevolent AGI, and you're contributing to that with your AI. And yeah, the great part is that your AI can also drink and learn from other models in the marketplace. So certainly an initiative ecosystem to be a part of if you're interested in developing artificial intelligence solutions. Everyone is actually able to create a solution, but I think before that is important to mention how everyone is able to participate. First, you can participate by voting on the platform. That's very simple. You just need to have some AGX tokens and you can vote and do the decision on which projects should actually be approved. But you can also participate as a reviewer, where you just go through the proposals, you check which proposals exist, you check which ones seem more interesting, you leave your feedback, your comments. The more constructive, the better, and the more comments and feedback you give, you will actually get rewarded for your interactions. For example, here we can see some of the metrics and rules for the previous fund. And if you're participating as a reviewer, as a community reviewer, and engaging in the proposals, this is the kind of rewards you should expect, as you can see here. Of course, these metrics change across fund, but you'll always have this topic, this page here with the rules to refer to the rules of each fund. And on my side, I'll also try to make some videos in the next fund explaining everything you need to know, both as a reviewer and even if you want to participate as a proposal. So of course, stay tuned for that. But this is a relatively easy way for you to participate. As you can see here at the top, you just need to log in. Before, everything was done on the Sway platform, but now the deep funding team developed their own platform in the deep funding website. You just log in, you'll be able to see the proposals, to leave your comments, you'll be able to do everything. So that is extremely positive, I would say. For example, last round I kind of participated as a reviewer as well, just engaging. And the thing is, at the end of the day, I made like around 300 AGX tokens, something like that. So I would say that was very positive. But it's not only as a reviewer that you can participate. Anyone can participate with their own proposals as long as the proposal follows these two very important guidelines. And the guidelines are that, at the end of the day, the project should support the growth of the AI platform, the AI marketplace of Singularity Net, and should also support the mission and vision of Singularity Net to create a beneficial singularity. Those are the two rules that any project needs to respect and abide by. But besides that, anyone can participate. Of course, you just need to be capable of executing, because in Singularity Net, your milestones, your funding is disbursed according to milestones. And once you complete those milestones, you'll actually get the funding for them. So even if you apply, but you don't have the necessary skills and teams to deliver on your proposal, what happens is that at the end of the day, you won't earn anything from it. And it will be not great for your reputation in case you want to do more proposals in the future. So that's definitely something to pay attention to, because it's only worth it to apply if you can actually deliver. But the great part is, even though the focus is actually in AI, you also have other ways to participate by, for example, researching new AI ideas. You can also create marketing initiatives for Singularity Net and deep funding, or just help improve the processes of deep funding. But of course, for that, you need to participate. So maybe starting as a reviewer can be an interesting first step. As a quick example, I think it's interesting to take here a look at the previous round 3 as an example. This was the last round that has finished. And here in this round, you can see the amount of funding available. You have like 750,000 for new projects, new AI projects. You have 50,000 just for ideas, to research AI ideas and see if they are feasible. You have 50,000 for marketing, for tooling as well. You have proposals to improve. You actually have different pools and different ways to participate, and I would say considerable amount of funding available as a whole for projects. It's more than 1 million, 1.5 million of funds available. That's super significant, I would say. And you can even see here in this post the amount of funding available and some of the results. We had, in fact, 139 submissions in the last fund, in the funding round 3, as you can see here, and 43 projects were actually awarded, which is, very significant. But as you can see here at the top in the rules tab, you can see all the rules for the funding that's about to come for the most recent funding. In this case, we have the last round, that was the round 3, but whenever a new round comes, you'll see these rules here updated for the new round. Sometimes there are a few changes, of course, because the funding is a recent fund, is new, it's always improving its governance method, trying to get better results. So they are a very active team. And so far I think it's a very interesting ecosystem to be a part of, because it does feels like a thriving ecosystem, an ecosystem that is blooming, is still early, but has some great people and great principles. The deep funding team is actually really decentralizing how the fund is run and giving opportunities to the community. So even if you start right now as a reviewer only and engaging, who knows, if you stand out, you can have other opportunities to participate in the circles and to have other kinds of initiatives and incentives from your participation. So some things, if you're thinking about participating in deep funding that are important, is the website. I'll leave the link in the description for the website, but you can see here deepfunding.ai, and in the website you can see all the relevant information. For example, you have here at the top the schedule. You can see the events calendar with all the events they have on Singularity Net, but here in the schedule you can see the rounds. This was the last round, but then we'll have some more other rounds. You can also check here the updates at the top, and in terms of updates, you can see the blog post with all the relevant announcements. So you can pay attention to these. But I would say the best way to stay in touch with deep funding is actually through Telegram or Discord. I'll leave the link in the description for you to check it out. Of course, you should also come here to the website and create your account. Okay, you create, and then you're able to check the portal with all the proposals, with everything. This is where the participation in terms of reviewing, in terms of creating your proposal will happen. So for example, I'm logging in here to the platform, and then this is what you see. I can see my projects. I have a project funded here to create these two onboarding playlists into Singularity Net, the marketing project. But you can also see here the Telegram group. You can actually add a proposal when it's time, because the proposal submission is now closed. You can see view schedule. This is very cool. This is a new feature. Before everything was on Sway. Now everything is here. Then we can see projects and proposals. We can see here first the projects that were awarded. We are actually able to track them through this platform and see how they are performing. For example, these projects are new, are from round 3, so they shouldn't have done much. But yeah, you can see here what they are doing. And then, of course, you can have here a summary of the rounds with the records, with the important amounts and the important metrics. But you also have here the open proposals when it's time to actually participate in deep funding. You'll have here the proposals, and you can comment, engage in these proposals, and those engagements will be rewarded. But you'll also be able to create a proposal, as you can see here. So you have everything on this page. It's super easy to use. And of course, as you can see here, if you take a look at the calendar, you'll see the Deep Funding Town Hall event. It's an event where the community comes together and has discussions about Deep Funding Town Hall. We have projects presenting. We have a lot of things that are going on in the Deep Funding Town Hall. So definitely you should participate. It's a great way to interact with the community, ask questions. Of course, you can also ask questions in Discord and Telegram and slowly participate. And there are also very interesting initiatives coming, like the Deep Funding Academy, where you can learn everything you need to know about participating in deep funding. And on my side, of course, I'm also making this kind of step-by-step onboarding video into deep funding, where I'll show you everything you need to know on how to participate in deep funding. But of course, as you could see by this video, deep funding is very connected to Singularity Net. So definitely you should learn more about Singularity Net. You should actually get on board into Singularity Net to understand deep funding. Even though if you want, you can start with deep funding and then you learn progressively more about Singularity Net. But if you want to enjoy this moment where there is no round yet, while I'm recording this video, you can actually check out the playlist I have here, step-by-step onboarding playlist into Singularity Net. It will teach you everything you need to know and give you the information, the most important information about Singularity Net and the most important context. And then if you want to dive deeper, I'll also provide you with resources for you to dive deeper and to, of course, interact and mingle with this awesome community that really cares about the principles of cryptocurrency, like decentralization, for example, governance, everything you can think of. So yeah, on my side, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. And I'll see you in the video about Singularity Net.